up? This is Ben Falcon here, and this is a new movie review I'm here about to talk to you guys. And today I'm going to be talking about the 2016 comedy drama known as Swiss Army Man. So, Swiss Army Man. Comes to us from the director of The Daniels, who they're not brothers, they're just friends who had previously worked on a few music videos before, like for Turn Down for What, which has a really crazy music video. And the story of Swiss Army Man centers on this man named Hank, played by Dano, who is stranded on this island, and basically he's trying to find a way on how to get out of this island, and hopefully he can return to basically where we live and all that. Since he has nowhere there, and since there's nothing really there to find really to basically get home, he decides to basically commit suicide by hanging himself. And when he was about to hang himself, he finds this dead body washed up on shore, and this dead body has a name, and he's called Manny, who's played by Daniel Radcliffe. And he's thinking, is he alive or is he just dead? And soon, he soon discovers that this dead corpse can pretty much do anything really. He can pretty much fart and become a jet ski while he's farting, and can light fires with fingers, and he can do anything really at all, like especially some in a crazy weird stuff that we don't want to usually say, that's kind of a weirdly disgusting. But there's one that he can do with his penis, which I won't say how, but I don't want to spoil it. But pretty much he can do pretty much anything, and the main thing is that he wants to know what life is like since he's pretty much dead. And so we see Hank trying to teach this dead body Manny about what life and love is, and hopefully that they can both get out of this island, and hopefully they can return home. So that's pretty much the story of Swiss Army Man. Now, for Swiss Army Man, for me going into this film, I never heard much about this film. I was of course very familiar with Daniel Radcliffe, of course from the Harry Potter movies, which he's fantastic, of course, in the Harry Potter movies. And for Dano, I never saw him in anything really. I think this was the first thing I was introduced to him as an actor. And since then, from what I've heard, he's become such a great actor, really, from other roles he's been doing it lately. And I can't wait for his new role next year, which of course is going to be on The Batman, which I'm really hyped for that movie next year, as well as a few of my friends, my best friends. They're also really excited for the movie as well, along with me. So, and I didn't know what this was about. I didn't even know what this was like, really, because from the way it looks, it kind of looked a bit kind of weird, but it's not like a Tim Burton weird. And no, this is not a film by Tim Burton, because this is from two men who have made music videos in crazy, bizarre, weird ways, and they made it that sort of like that to put in together in this film. So, and I was like, I fancy giving this a watch. So I heard what people have been saying about this movie on YouTube. And another interesting fact after hearing about the reviews is that this was played in film festivals, and then this movie got booed when this was released in film festivals. People walked out of it. Not even when the film was drawing to a close. They just sort of left the half point of Swiss Army Man, which it's strange because I've never seen a movie that people were talking about they either loved or they think that's kind of underrated, being just booed and all that. I know there's a few more that I've heard that movies got booed at film festivals, like Only God Forgives with Ryan Gosling from 2013, and all that kind of stuff. So I wanted to watch this. I tried to find where I could watch this movie at home, but unfortunately I couldn't. So I ended up buying the film. I bought the film when I was out during Christmas time, and I watched it, and I gotta say that I absolutely love Swiss Army Man. I absolutely love this movie for being such a weird and yet weirdly bizarre film, which brings a lot of sense to it, because from what this movie shows, it does have some childish moments, but being made into a movie like this, and it does have a pretty good message as well, which I found it really true. It is really inspiring for those who either dealing with, which I'll get into, which basically the message of the movie is about like trying to hide. It's like hiding yourself. Like you don't want to basically. You just don't want to basically like do anything wrong and anything like that to people. Like it's like because basically like it's basically there's this metaphor which involves one thing in this movie, and that is of course farts, which there's a lot of fart jokes in this movie, which I'll get into, like about like what's what bizarre stuff they put in this movie. But the metaphor is about farts. It's not like not like you want to hide your farts and all that. You don't want to do that in public because people will get disgusted by you and anything like that. It's just like that's kind of like the message of the movie, which is about like hiding yourself, and you just don't want to do that. Like say like from what I said as an example, like you just don't want to fart. Like for example, you don't want to fart in public because it'll be embarrassing and even disgusting. And the message, I found it really true, and it almost had tears in my eyes, especially towards the final act, which I won't spoil for you for what happens at the end of the film, because I don't want to spoil anything, because again, I really do recommend this one, because again, I absolutely love this movie. But from all of that, I gotta say for what the comedy they provide in this film, which the comedy they do provide a few childish jokes in this film, which is of course fart jokes. There's a lot of fart jokes in this film, mainly from Daniel Radcliffe's character Manny, who's this dead corpse who can fart. It is weird, but it is really entertaining, and it is really funny. And there are some more like bizarre, weird, crazy stuff that this dead body can do. Like he can light fires with his fingers, like doing this. As well as there's one involving his penis, and there's some that he can do things with his mouth as well, which is, and he's pretty much like is pretty much like a human Swiss Army knife, which I guess that's what the title of this is called, Swiss Army Man, and that's really a clever way on how to describe about this dead corpse and what he can do really. And the acting, for the most part, I thought these two leads, Daniel Radcliffe and Paul Dano, they were all fantastic in this movie. And Daniel Radcliffe, I'd say this is one of his best performances he's ever done outside of playing Harry Potter. He is so funny and he's absolutely fantastic. And Paul Dano as well, he's also fantastic here in this movie. And again, he's proven himself a lot, and this is easily one of his best performances ever, next to other performances that I absolutely loved from him, like Little Miss Sunshine, There Will Be Blood, Prisoners, all that. He's just got talent in him, and I can see him being a future Oscar winner in the future because of what he provides in every movie roles he does. And the story, it is weird, but it really has a sense. It does have really good senses of what's being like, from being a really funny, being like a hilarious experience, but yeah, really kind of an emotional one as well, because there are a few scenes that are quite touching that almost did make me cry my eyes out, and I kind of did towards the end of the film, and which I did not expect that from this movie like this, because I was expecting, a lot of laughs, but no, it was really surprising to see a lot of some amount of like some kind of like bits of like pixie dust of drama in this film. It just feels like that while I was watching this movie, outside of the whole crazy weird stuff that happens throughout the film. But again, I think that's pretty much all I have to say about Swiss Army Man. But I really do recommend this one, because this is such a hilarious and yet weirdly heartfelt film with some weird jokes, some weird comedy elements that this movie provides, as well as fantastic performances and really an inspiring message. And if you're a fan of either Paul Dano or Daniel Radcliffe, I really recommend this film. So I'm going to give Swiss Army Man a 4.5 out of 5 for being such an amazing comedy drama, and like I said, one of the best ones I've ever seen of the 2010s decade. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching my review of Swiss Army Man, and let me know what you think of this film. If you've seen this movie already, again, let me know what you think of it. Did you had a really entertaining time of it, or did you not really care for this one at all? So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for my next video, and this has been Foggin signing off.